Hey, what's going on? Matt here with some very, very exciting news, kind of. Well, we're just going to break down the BMI scale. We're getting a lot of questions about what the BMI scale is. Is it important? My doctor said this and this. Like, do I really need to pay attention to this BMI scale? Okay, so we'll just get right into it. The BMI scale. It's called the body mass index. Okay, and what it does is it just compares your body height to your body weight. So it's a comparison of your height and your weight. And then depending on the chart, so you look up your height and you look up your weight and you get a number. And depending on what that number is, would dictate if you're underweight, healthy, overweight, obese, or extremely obese. And so depending on how tall you are and how heavy you are is kind of important. Now, there are a couple of flaws in it, which we'll go over in a minute. But first, let's take a quick look at the chart and break it down, which I conveniently have written it right here for you. And so I'll also put this right in the description underneath the video so you can have it. Otherwise, if you want to see the actual chart, just go on Google BMI Chart Scale, or scale chart, and it'll just pop right up. And so, BMI. If your BMI is under 18.5, you're considered to be underweight. If it's 18.5 to 24.9, you're considered a healthy range. If it's 25 to 25.9, you're considered to be in the overweight range. And then if it's above 30, so I'm sorry, that's not 29.9, not 25. Make that a 9. An invisible 9 right there. So 25 to 29.9 is overweight. 30 and above is considered obese. And then 40 and above is considered to be extremely obese. So again, depending on what your height and weight ratio is, would be where you fall in this BMI scale. So again, I'll put those numbers right under, this video so you can have them. So you don't have to go take your 4 seconds typing it into Google. You're welcome. I know, right? I'm a giver. Just a giver. And so, BMI. So, should we lose sleep over this if we're not in the correct BMI range? And no. Don't lose any sleep over this at all. In fact, you don't really even need to pay attention to it because it's not very accurate. It's not accurate at all. Because I'm sure you've seen people that are the same height but all different, so people are just all different sizes in general. But how it works is you have your height and you compare it to your weight. And I made some pretty cool drawings here to visualize this for you. You can have people that are the same height and the same weight, but a different body composition. And what I mean by that is, since muscle is heavier than fat, you can have someone who's smaller or leaner, if you will, so a lot leaner and more muscular, weigh the same as someone who's a lot bigger than they are, but more flabby. And so they can be the same height and the same weight, but because of their body composition is so much different, they look completely different, but they'll have the same BMI. And so that is why it's not very accurate. And again, to illustrate that, here we go. We have, I don't know if they're boys or girls, we'll call them Pat. But yeah, so we have this one on the left in the red who's a little bit more flabby, but 5 foot 10 inches, 180 pounds. But again, they're fattier, and so let's look at the buddy right over here. Again, much more fit, muscular, but again, oh, look at that, still 5'10" and still weighs 180 pounds. And so because they're the same height and the same weight, they're going to have the same BMI. So what does that mean? What that means is if you get heavier and more muscle, your weight's going to go up. And if your weight goes up, it's going to push you into a higher and higher BMI. Like right now, I did my BMI, and I am in the 30 and above. I'm obese, considered to be obese. But I really don't feel obese. I'm not obese. I don't think so anyway. But, so again, it's very misleading, the scale, because everyone has a different body makeup composition-wise and stuff, which throws off the numbers. And so again, my advice is don't really pay attention to BMI. The doctors go off it because it's quick and easy. They take their one class in this, and boom, that's it. And just don't lose any sleep over it. I hope that helps, and be sure to go again right below in the description page, or right down in the description box. I'll throw that chart in there so you have it, so you don't have to look it up. And also be sure to click on the Awesome Math Challenge link to get your free workout guide. It's awesome. It's in the title. And there we go, BMI exposed. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below, and we'll see you next time. All right, have a good one.